Aloha everyone. I wanted to jump on here and talk to you guys about this crucial piece of education that's missing in a lot of yoga trainings, fitness trainings, things that something you really need to know, whether you're an instructor of any kind or just a student who's been in pain for a while or been dealing with injuries for a while. Something that you really need to know. For a long time, it took me a while to figure out, like, what did I learn in PT school, and then what did I learn, physical therapy school, and then what did I learn in yoga trainings, and then like what's missing. And so this is what was missing, is that in physical therapy school, like, we were taught that the core, meaning the transversus abdominis, multifidus, your pelvic floor, these muscles of your deep core, including your diaphragm too, should all function synergistically, meaning they should turn on at the same time. And not only should they be functioning synergistically, but they need to turn on for you reflexively or involuntarily. So they should actually work for you without you having to like consciously think about it. Your deep core should turn on for you a split second before you go and do your bigger gross movements. So think about that for a sec. If you're a yogi, or if you just exercise at all and you've had a back injury or a pelvic injury, or you're dealing with any type of pelvic floor issues, heaviness in the pelvic floor, incontinence, prolapse, anything like that. If you're dealing with any of those things, then when you have any amount of inflammation and swelling around the spine or the pelvis, then the deep core will become inhibited, meaning it shuts off. And so it just doesn't naturally come back on. You have to really specifically retrain it. And so if you get injured and your deep core is inhibited, and then let's say you go back to yoga, you go back to a yoga class, and think about like standing poses in yoga. It's all like very big movements. It's your bigger muscles are helping you do like your gross movements in your standing poses. And if you've skipped this like crucial piece of rehab, which is turning on the deep core the way that it's supposed to function, synergistically and reflexively or involuntarily, then you're training all of your bigger gross movement muscles to take over for you. And it's something I'm like a big believer that, like, most people that keep getting injured in yoga, this is why, and it's because they miss this crucial piece of rehab. And so it's why I've gotten so behind what I'm teaching now. Hypopressive breathing means low pressure breathing, and the practice I teach is called low pressure fitness. And so the hypopressive breath actually turns on the deep core synergistically and reflexively, the way that it's supposed to function. Because if you've been injured and your deep core shuts off, again, it's not just going to naturally turn back on for you. You have to specifically retrain it to turn back on. But if you're turning it back on like consciously and actively with like the traditional core work, crunches, planks, leg lifts, all of those things are turning it on just like that, consciously or actively. It's not turning it on, not turning the deep core muscles on the way that they're supposed to function, synergistically and reflexively. They're supposed to turn on for you a split second before your bigger muscles like help you with gross movement. And so it's just this, it's this little piece, I feel like, that yoga teachers, Pilates teachers, fitness instructors, it's really important to know. And honestly, in my experience, I haven't come across much that has that actually turns on the core the way that it's supposed to function until I found low pressure fitness and hypopressive breathing. And so if I teach it over Skype, I do workshops in Colorado and California and Florida. But if you're somebody that's suffering from that stuff, and you know that whatever you're doing, like for working out, is not helping, you're not getting to the root, that may be why. And so feel free to reach out to me if you have questions. I have this passion under my butt to share this as much as possible. I don't know why the camera angle just switched, but anyway, I hope this was helpful, and there we go. Hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have questions. Aloha.